Real show. Your boy Dixie Trios and the beautiful Miss Conte Hort. Your boy Dixie Trios.
It's your boy Dixie Trios. We out here in the streets and we just keep it real. It's your boy Dixie Trios. We out here in the streets and we just keep it real.
It's our time. We are here to give the people what they want. The real. We are here to tell the stories of the people, the beautiful people. You are beautiful, you are loved.
Got some podcast, they want us on that show. Your boy Dixie Trios, he be trapping on the low. We out here in these streets and we just keep it real. And if you ain't know the name, it's your boy Dixie Trios.
Some podcast, they want us on that show.
Your boy Dixie Trios, he be trapping on the low. We out here in these streets and we just keep it real. And if you ain't know the name, it's your boy Dixie Trios. I'm him, beautiful Conte Horton. My mission is to connect the culture and community for the greater good of humanity. I'm a disruptor and a disruptor.
Welcome to the West.
Yo, this your boy Dixie Trails and Miss Beautiful Conte Horton, and we on this thing. One thing before we get started, y'all need to come to YouTube. Watch me on YouTube, because I did something with my Facebook and they ain't, they got me on lock. I just
you locked up.
Yeah, they got me
for a minute.
Yeah, they got me in jail, and I just posted one of my friends' stuff, and they locked me up for it.
Oh boy.
On Facebook. I mean, it was just like some entertainment on entertainment, like movies and stuff like that. So yeah, y'all keep checking us out on YouTube, Westside Real, Dixie Trills, with a Z, Dixie Trills with a Z on YouTube. But now we finna get into it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's rock it.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. Tonight we're going to talk about something that basically touches almost everyone at some point in their life, and that is the single life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pressure of preparation. All the single ladies, and the single men.
single. Yeah, y'all don't know nobody there right now. Yeah.
All right. But being single, guys, it can look different depending on who's telling the story. Me and Larry got our stories that we're going to share this evening. Mm-hmm. But being single, for some people, it means freedom. For others, it means frustration. And for some, honestly, it's just a season for healing, which is what was definitely my single life era, and I still am. But for others, it's exactly where, they are meant to be. I do believe that, we all were put here to be with someone, but there's really no time frame on that. So as a single person myself, I've learned that singleness isn't always about waiting on somebody else, to choose you or to, to rock out with you. Sometimes it's just about discovering yourself, as I said. And I've been single for the majority of my life, to be honest with you, almost 50. I know I'm telling it, but there has been days that I have just asked myself, a very honest question. Do I really want a relationship, or do I simply just miss companionship, partnership, and all them good benefits?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh no. Let me shut up.
I'm just saying, but as a girl too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But there's an important distinction between, those who aren't always, and it just means
Yeah.
different things for different folks. But tonight, it's not about convincing anybody whether they should stay single or to rush into a relationship. It's actually just about having an honest conversation, about peace, purpose, and preparation, and what, really, what that really means, to be emotionally ready when love shows up. What you think, Larry?
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you. You have to be emotionally ready
Mm-hmm.
and mentally ready, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because if you ain't got both of those, you might need to stay single.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's hard out there. You know how I say, oh, it's hard out there. Well, I ain't gonna say no
And
pimp.
a pimp hat. No.
Yeah, but when you get into a relationship, it's not just about you no more.
Mm-mm.
It's about that other person
Mm-hmm.
and what that other person wants. Now, sometimes, hey, you might get out there and get the wrong person, and
Mm-hmm.
it started out to be the right person, but then it ended up to be the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
So me, I'm single and I like it, uh, because of the simple fact of it is that I like my peace.
Yeah,
I love my peace.
me too.
If I had to choose dating somebody else, I might choose myself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because of the simple fact of all, nowadays you got to go through a lot of red tape,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people don't know themselves, and by them not knowing themselves, they start to want what they don't want and need, really, if you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So really, I love being single, and if and I'm wrong, if somebody come across me and giving me the right thing, you know what I'm saying. And I ain't just talking about sexual. I'm talking about
Yeah.
mental. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about emotional, and like I said, peace.
That's the biggest thing.
I ain't with all that drama. I ain't with all that drama no more. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Because it didn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? It put me in a hospital. If what you're saying, if you want to really
Yeah.
be real with it. But that's it, man. I mean, that's all I got to say about it.
But I'm with you. I totally agree with a lot what you said. I am single as well. And again, I have been for a while. The last relationship that I jumped into, and I think I was just not necessarily forcing it, but it was just something that I had always wanted. And that was a real wake up moment for me. And that
Mhm.
relationship was about 3 years or so ago. And I think we was together for like a year, and I didn't know a whole lot,
Mhm.
about his background because he hadn't shared, a lot of
Mhm.
things. And you don't know where a person is mentally. Come
Mhm.
to find out,
Mhm.
we got into an accident. This man had two warrants on him. I had no
What?
idea about. And one was family domestic violence, and that let me know that it was
Damn.
time to run. Yes, and it
Yeah,
scared
yeah.
the heck out of me. Hmm.
Can I say red flag? Red flag.
Definitely
Red
red
flag.
flag. Yeah. And not to mention that he had popped up at my house a few times talking about, "Oh, I'm just in the neighborhood, thought I would come past and get some sugar and a coat."
Another red flag.
You don't pop up at, so yes, and that it really scared me, to
Mhm.
be honest with you. And I was like, yeah, yeah, let me just kind of chill, let me heal, let me, you know
Mhm.
just pour into myself and learn me and the real meaning behind me wanting a relationship so bad. And it was so
Mhm.
much was discovered in that time. And most importantly, what I enjoyed, because during that time, about 3 years or so, my son was still living with me, and I have never, like lived by myself. I've
Mm-hmm.
always had kids, teen mom. And so over these last 3 years, he moved out a little bit shortly after that. This has been the most rewarding time. You're talking about peace. You know, I learned a lot about me. Now I'm gonna tell you, I missed the companionship, you know, and the extra little stuff all in between.
Yeah,
To be
yeah, you
honest
missed
with
that.
you,
You missed that.
and I do, I still do,
Yeah, I
but
still do too.
um,
No, no, we gonna keep it clean
men,
right now. We
men,
gonna keep it clean. No, I'm just.
but most importantly, it's that peace. It's that peace of mind, that
Mhm.
mental, and just emotion, emotion space that I'm in, because in a relationship it's giving. It's about sacrificing.
Yeah, it is. It
You,
is.
you know,
Mhm.
and that's what you got to be willing. Both parties actually got to be willing to do that. But yeah, let's dive in here. So first thing is first. First question, let's see. Is what would you say, Larry? Is being single a choice or a season? And I'll start off here, because again, what we was just speaking about, I think it's both, because any of us can jump in a relationship. There's a woman that want to be with you and a man that want to be with me, but is it right? Is it the
Yeah,
right
yeah.
connection?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because so many people, like women and men, have just different motives. A lot of women
Yeah,
these days want a man to come straight in and captain financially save her.
yeah. Captain the
With
Saver.
everything.
Not
Yeah. You got to
Captain
come through
Save.
the door paying all the bills. Now,
Yeah.
I'm saying you got to give up something. And
Mhm.
finances is a part of it. As men, to be providers and different things
Mhm.
like that. But that's
Mhm.
just not the center of it. So I definitely say, both. Sometimes people intentionally choose singleness because they are focusing on a career, they,
Mhm.
healing, they
Mhm.
children, they personal growth. And that
Mhm.
was the reason why I, chose to be single, having, kids at such a young age, as
Mhm.
well. I didn't really trust anybody to be around the kids. But also
Mhm.
at times, and I'm healing. This has been a great journey. I have had the opportunity to really connect, and line
Mhm.
myself with God, my career. I went back to school and stuff like
Mhm.
that. But that's what it's been with me as far as that personal growth and that healing. But other times, singleness, it's sometimes, isn't something that's planned. Some things just don't work out, you know.
Yeah.
But the important thing isn't, whether it's by choice or by single season. The most important thing is, what we doing while we are there, while we are
Yeah.
single. What you think?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that I don't know. I don't know if I could choose. I don't know if it's a choice or if it's just happenstance. Like, you know what I'm saying? You run into somebody and then y'all click. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then it'd be like, well, I like the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you could be going into it like, well, I ain't gonna talk to nobody today, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You
And
know,
it just
yeah, and it just happened all of a sudden. You
mhm.
know, so I would say I wouldn't even give it no title to it. I'll say
Okay.
it's the way that the energy and aura flows
Yeah.
through to that person. You see what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Okay.
Um, that's where I'm at right now these days. I'm in my healing stage too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm
And it's a
learning.
great place to be, right,
Yeah,
Larry? For
yeah,
real.
yeah,
For
yeah.
real.
It's a great place to be,
Mhm.
and I would say I would be always healing because
Yeah.
um I'm trying to keep myself, like I say, peaceful, peaceful. But I'm
Mhm.
also trying to um deal with my boundaries. Not no negative boundaries per
Mhm.
se.
Healthy boundaries.
Yeah, healthy boundaries is what I'm trying to
Mhm.
say. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be healthy for me, you know.
Mhm.
Like, and then people like, drama and all of that kind of stuff, man. But you know what I think about that? That right there is trauma bonding.
That yes.
You know what I'm saying? You get
Yeah.
somebody like that, you get somebody like that on the trauma bond situation,
Mm-hmm.
you might as well just walk away,
Yeah, that's a
because
situation. Mm-hmm.
it's that person has to heal themselves, and then they don't want to be accountable for their actions.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there in itself, you need to walk away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I ain't, like Conte said, I ain't. We are not out here trying to tell y'all what to do.
Mm-hmm.
We just telling y'all our experience through life
Mm-hmm.
by
Mm-hmm.
being with, what I'm saying, in a relationship and stuff, and choosing to be single
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But like Conte said, the benefits is barely missed. but 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 in that, um, with me, I know it's, if I stay steadfast and within myself, I know it's gonna come.
That part.
And like, I just, like I said, I'm not into it for the intimacy. Well, I want intimacy with everything
Yeah.
like that, but I'm not into it for that. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
for that.
I
Mm-hmm.
I, I want to, that I don't know if y'all be looking at the memes and stuff, but it was a meme that had been floating around, or this brain,
Uh-huh.
and the person is rubbing their fingers through the middle of the brain, or licking the brain.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's saying
You
that,
gotta send me that.
yeah, I gotta find it first though,
Okay.
because it's old, but it's meaning that, I am into your knowledge, and I want to see what's going on in that head of yours.
Ahead. That's it.
And
Yeah.
that and
We
that,
want that head. That
yeah,
head.
yeah, that
That head.
head, not the other head now,
We
but that,
gonna get in trouble. That's no seriously.
yeah,
No, for real, for real.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
So,
and you hit a few things, especially healing, because sometimes a lot of times people think that they need to run from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. You ain't gave yourself time to breathe, time to
hmm,
get to know yourself, what you learned from that relationship, what brought y'all to the point to where y'all wasn't connected um,
hmm, hmm,
anymore. Chemistry, you mentioned that sometimes you just meet and sometimes it just is what it is.
yeah,
And it's just divine timing. And I think honestly, um, I'm connected with God. I don't care what I do, what I say, how I look, just
hmm,
whatever it
hmm,
is. I'm steady striving, to be a much better person. And with that being said, sometimes, speaking of, sexual encounters,
hmm,
sometimes you really kind of jump into those things too fast. And
yeah,
while you may be connected, in a sexual attractive way,
yeah,
but everything else gets completely off. But
hmm,
because those are so many feelings and so many, and just things
yeah,
that involve that it kind of just clouds and just
yeah. Clouds,
it takes over.
yeah, clouds all the decision making and everything like
There
that.
it
You
is.
know what I'm
There.
saying?
Hmm.
And it also, it's lust, y'all. I'm just gonna tell y'all.
There it
It,
is.
it's it's
Lusting.
actually, it's you
It
lusting.
ain't love. It's lusting.
Yeah, it ain't love. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Love might come after that, but
Mhm.
first you lusting.
Yeah.
You looking at that girl or that guy and saying,
Uh-huh.
that
Oh.
motherfucker fine right there, boy.
Oh. Oh.
Boy, I
Hey,
wish I
hey.
could. I wish I can get that right there, boy. Woo,
Yeah.
woo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
um, it's very rare these days that you'll find. Well, it's my opinion.
Mhm.
I think it's very rare these days that you find somebody that not attracted to you sexually first.
Mhm. Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. But there has to be a sense of control too. Okay.
Yeah,
Because eventually, especially at our big age, we go get there because
yeah,
we're sexual. We done
yeah,
already get to do, so
yeah, yeah,
it's already a thing. It's just about getting to that. Like I miss what I want is courting. I want to get to the
hmm.
sexual thing too. I mean,
Oh,
that's
old school, Corden.
courting, yeah. You know,
Okay.
give me a court just a little bit,
Mm-hmm,
just
mm-hmm,
something.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess so. Whether being single is a season or a choice, there are misconceptions around single people.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest what are some big misconceptions, about single people? And I think one of the biggest misconceptions is, or a misconception is that, something must be wrong with them. I hear that
Mm-hmm.
I go out and different things, and I hear guys, they say, "Are you single?" I'm like, "Yeah, very
Mm-hmm.
single." I make sure I say that because men can say that they single and they got a whole life and a whole situation going on at home.
Yeah,
And
a
they have, yeah.
whole nother kids and
Mhm.
everything. Kids and everything.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Got a whole commitment going on, but because you want to step out, you call yourself single. And
Yeah.
it's just like, in my opinion, and it is like, well, what happened? What you do? What's going on? Or what's wrong with you? Or what's wrong with them? I mean,
Yeah.
why not be single?
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
assume that if you're attractive, if you're successful, you're a good person, that you should automatically be in a relationship. And I get that a lot. I have even heard guys, tell me that I just look like I'm taken. And honey, I'm so single. I try them a little double look or whatever. I ain't going to, to go up to nobody. I haven't reached that point yet. But I
Yeah.
can't stand when the men just be licking, and don't want to holler and don't want to say
Say
anything. But
something.
you
Y'all
good too.
need to say something. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look,
Just at least
y'all keep
something.
looking. Y'all know how bad them girls be. Y'all need to say something. And
Yeah,
girls, y'all don't turn them down. You know what I'm saying? Be
and
cordial
that's
with them
that part.
because
That's the other
they
part.
complimenting you. You know what I'm saying? Even though
Uh-huh.
it's lust, it's
Yep,
lustful, but
yep.
they complimenting you. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you can be nice. You ain't just gotta walk away and be like, "Oh, what he
He
doing?"
stank. He look
Talking and
stank.
saying something to me, but you out here, looking all good and got your stuff all on and smelling all good,
Yeah.
But
You out there trying you out there trying to catch something. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And that's cool. That's cool.
yeah,
But
mm-hmm,
hey, you know what I'm saying? Some guys want you to come correct on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
okay.
how I
I'm
don't know.
taking note. I'm
I,
taking note over here. I'm a single man. I'm taking note. I got my
yeah.
paper and pencil over here.
Yeah. Write it down. Write it down. but you know, you got the if you if you if you putting yourself out there like that, first of all, what are you trying to attract? What kind of guys you're trying to attract?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because I be hearing most girls be like, um, ooh, he's not. You know why he got to hit on me and stuff? Well, look how you look. You know what I'm saying? You wearing all the
See,
skimpy stuff out there in the clubs and stuff. You looking for attention, and
see,
sometimes
attention seeking. See,
yeah, you're attention seeking, and sometimes you get the wrong attention, you know, and then
yep.
y'all get mad at the guy because he approach y'all in that way. Like, what's up, shouter? You know what I'm saying? You look fine as hell. Your ass is fat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you think that's disrespectful, but
Mm-hmm.
look how you dress. Look how you
See,
carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? Looking how you carry yourself out there. You know. But anyway.
I'm glad you. No, I'm so glad you said that because as I'm maturing, I just went in my closet and I got a lot of clothes,
Mhm.
but I had to really, and I have given the majority of them just for this reason right here, on to the Goodwill, you know. But I have to be very mindful about the way that I drink because I'm dressed, because as I'm, maturing, the
Hmm.
way that you dress does a lot of times dictate the type of people that are coming up to you, who are attracted to you, because that it is that first initial, interaction, and
Yeah.
like you said, when dressing so, scandalous, it's just like it's and I have heard many guys say that it seems like, oh yeah, she just wanted,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
and some people just don't know. That's just, what they know or what they think, but I'm adapting a more classy sexiness. You don't have to show, everything, because that can come off,
Yeah. Yeah.
to
Messed up.
attract people in a sexual way to you. I mean, we already know that that is part of it, but when it's so revealing, just speaking of
Yeah.
dressing, it can because I get approached differently. And I've noticed that with how I dress. Like when I'm more
Hmm.
natural, like ponytail back, my
Hmm.
glasses on, a little bit conservative. I
Hmm.
get different attention, and looks from
Hmm.
different type of people. You
Yeah.
know, and I was like, oh, so that's something that I've really honestly been working on, and I'm kind of walking into, my mature era. I
Hmm.
still like to look good, but
Hmm.
I'm very mindful because I am a grandma now too,
Yeah.
so we want to just, kind of be mindful of those things. But that is one, the way that we dress and the way that we look, even with the guys, hopping out the cars, busting
Yeah.
out with their pants all a certain
Yeah. Yeah.
way.
The
Yeah.
sweatpants.
Mhm.
The sweatpants. But
Them gray ones.
yeah, hey, the gray sweatpants. But yeah,
No, but yeah.
yeah, but it has, sex appeal. It's
Mhm.
the word. You know what I'm saying?
Sex appeal. Mhm.
And you could dress. You ain't gotta be revealing, but you can be sexy as hell in that shit.
Yes, I'm learning
It's
that. You
it's
can.
it's called it's called sex appeal. Right?
Oh, okay. Got it. Clock
Nah, but
clock it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But for real though, it's I have been around a lot of women, and some of them women got sex appeal, and
Mhm.
it's not about how they look or dress or whatever. They just ooze that shit. It's
Mm.
coming out of them, and you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying. They dress
It's in 'em.
professional style and everything like that, but
Yeah.
for some reason that sex appeal just keep
They
on
got a sex
returning.
appeal.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the same thing with guys too. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's the part of the attraction, but past that sex appeal, I'm gonna go back to this. What are y'all bringing to the table after y'all attract someone? You know,
Mm.
and
What can we do together as a couple? What can
exactly.
we build together? Mhm. Okay.
What is it you gonna what is it you gonna do, or you gonna help me do to accomplish my goals, and what am I gonna be able to do to help you be successful at your goals?
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
What do we have to give each other?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's supposed to work hand in hand, man. No
This
drama,
is true.
no, cause everything at the end of the day, look at it. Every trouble in this world, it don't last. It don't last
Mhm.
for long.
Yeah.
Don't no trouble in this world last for long.
You just
You know
gotta
what I'm
get
saying?
through it. You gotta survive it.
Yeah, you just got to survive it. And
Mhm.
sometimes it be put in your face so you can survive it, cause it's a lesson.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as far as that sex appeal, I love a woman with some real sex appeal.
Okay, now. All right, maybe that's another show. Right?
Yeah,
Let look, teach me
yeah,
a
that's
little
another.
something.
Yeah, that's another show. That's another show.
I like that
Yeah,
sex appeal. We got to look into that. Go ahead and be putting us some on the docket because that is so
yeah,
true. You
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what is considered to be sexy? What is a sex appeal? What is just exuding sexiness? Because a lot of us have that misunderstood. We think that we got to go out and be boot,
yeah,
just
yeah.
coming through here like,
Sometimes
but
little is a lot.
it's a lot. There it is there.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
there it is
Sometimes a little is a lot, man. And then
there.
let me tell you too. When I was younger, I'm gonna say that.
Uh-huh.
And I was out there, 559 and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I was out there, but I was always look at the girl that ain't nobody else talking to.
See,
That
yes.
that be the girl who gonna talk to you and ain't and
Mhm.
ain't and they ain't about no crap or bullshit or nothing like
Mhm.
that because they very rarely get that opportunity for a guy to walk up to them and say something.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
look good. They look good and everything, but they might
Mhm.
have a flaw, like they might be too tall or you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
They might be, you know what I'm saying, or they might be too short, or you know what I'm saying, or
Too
both legs.
thick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too thick. You know what I'm saying. But if you thick, it's sexy. It can be sexy now. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying. You know what I'm saying. But
Even dark skin, light skin,
yeah.
colorism played a role too. Cause me being tall and dark, I guess we go through eras, but I used to have those insecurities. But as I became a woman and just
Hmm.
secure in who I was, I'm like, well, I'm 16 in a month,
Yeah. Yeah. Say it. Say
yeah,
it.
I'm her. I am her. I am that
Yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
but your your wealth, I mean your worth and your value comes from within. But again, that again another whole topic, because some
Hmm.
people have let society say that, you like you said, you too big, you too short, you too fat,
Exactly.
you too dark,
Hmm.
you too light,
Hmm.
your nose too big, your nose too pointed, it's
Hmm.
just always. And
Hmm.
then with social media being here as well, I
Hmm.
mean that's just added to the insecurities and complex,
Yeah.
places that people can be in. But
Hmm.
also another misconception too, what you think about this about single people is that they are lonely. Loneliness is not just being, and being
Hmm.
alone is not the same for everybody.
No,
Even
it's
you
not.
got married people, you got people that's in a relationship,
And they
that
alone.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of people that stay together for the kids, so they say. You got people that stay together for financial situations, because,
Hmm.
oh, we went in on this house or this apartment or this condo or whatever together, and so I can't live up to my standards
Hmm.
without this person. And so, do I have, those lonely nights? Well, I'm gonna just put it like this: not necessarily just lonely like that, but just those nights where I just want some pillow talk or a companion or somebody to just
Yeah.
rub my back,
Yeah.
and just talk to me, just twiddle my fingers, just kiss on me, and
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. I absolutely do. But
Hmm.
someone who is single, can enjoy, being single without being lonely. If you build a
Hmm.
life, that doesn't pause because you're waiting on somebody, you can do a lot of things. You can
Yeah.
travel, you can develop new hobbies. I have did those. You can spend time
Hmm.
with family. You can connect with God, because
Hmm.
that's what the Bible says too about single people, and why God has some of us single for longer times than others is because he wants to capture our attention. He wants our attention to be, more
Hmm.
so on him. We can strengthen relationships, and like I said, grow spiritually, and we can just pursue goals. A
Hmm.
relationship, in my opinion, should complement your life, not becoming your entire life. So that's what
Hmm.
we just spoke about, having time for yourself. This time that me and you are, choosing to find ourselves, because some people get lost in relationships. Sometimes some people get in relationships, and I don't
Mhm.
know if does this happen with guys too. They just lose themselves. Girls, they get into a relationship with a man, honey, and they lose themselves. What do you think about that?
Well, I agree with you. Dudes do lose themselves, cause
Yeah.
yeah, cause I lost myself. Um,
Okay.
um,
Mm.
so by that being said, I started to see a lot that I wasn't seeing at the beginning. I really was opening my eyes to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And it was scary to me because
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on, I'm married and I can't believe that so and then I was getting taken away. Well, I was getting taken away from my family. I'm
Okay.
just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Um,
Women do
you know,
that as well. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. Go ahead. I mean,
No, no, no.
it,
I was just agreeing.
yeah, but it's just it wasn't the fact that I didn't want to go and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I start to see that I wasn't seeing none of my family, but I was seeing all of their
They
family.
family.
You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? And their
Mhm.
family was cool, man. They family, accepted me like family. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
the second son or whatever. You know,
Mhm.
um, but it was it just wasn't right after I started opening my
Mhm.
eyes.
Mhm.
And then I started to look back. That's why I say I was gone, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Um
glad you recognize. Praise God for that.
yeah, yeah.
That you were strong enough and brave enough to step up to the plate, and knowing that it could possibly separate you, because now you're single, from that
Mhm,
thing that was so familiar and that family,
mhm.
dynamic that you had with them, but at the same time you was losing yourself and a lot, and
Yeah.
you're suffering and not being able to see as much. That's something right there, which leads us to the next question. Like, is there too much pressure that is being put on and in relationships? And I would say absolutely, even down to the point that you just made, as
Mhm.
well, just being too hyper focused on the other, and
Yeah.
forgetting about yourself, your family, your kids, some especially with guys, and
And trying to and it sorry to cut you off,
mm-mm,
Cunty.
mm-mm.
But trying to keep the significant other happy.
Happy, yep, and you're not happy,
And you're not
and the
happy.
other isn't worried and concerned about, well, what's making
Exactly.
you happy? What can
Yeah.
I do to make you happy? You
Yeah,
know?
and I always now I say reciprocation.
Mhm,
If you see I'm doing some stuff for you and you loving it, you know what I'm saying? Like
mhm,
Larry's the best guy that I ever had.
yep,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
want that too. Mm.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I
Give
want
me
the
what
same
you
thing.
want me to give you, and give what you are receiving.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Support,
yeah,
compliments,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
mean, because I'm gonna, when you come in the house, I'm gonna hug you and kiss you and
Aw,
how was your day? You know what I'm saying? And all that kind of
yeah,
stuff. Not that that didn't happen, but it dwindled.
yeah,
You know what
be
I'm saying?
consistent with it, yeah.
Yeah, and I learned that to be consistent in a relationship. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You and spontaneous.
Yeah, yeah.
You
And that
know.
goes with the boundaries and expectations. Again, a lot of people assume, and that's what I have learned too, even in, me trying to be in relationships, that you just assume that you come in the door and say, hey, baby, how's it going? What we having for dinner today? How was
Yeah,
your day? Not just, oh, you ain't changed my tie. I ain't
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
nagging and just just coming out. It's a time and a place, and I have learned, because I'm quite sure that I have been that person at one time as well. But
Hmm.
again, as I have matured and grown, and and just
Hmm.
gotten to know who I am, I know and treatment is top tier.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
how you treat me, I don't care what we got going, and especially if we are in a sexual, you know,
Mm-hmm.
relation. I
Into a
mean, how you
relationship.
treat me has to be top tier. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that trumps it all. That trumps the amount of money and gifts that you
Mm-hmm.
can give me, the sex that you putting
Yeah.
on me, all that. If
Yeah.
you baby,
Mm-hmm.
if the treatment is not there, I don't want none of it.
Yeah. 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 And
And
that
that
has to.
goes back to peace.
Yeah. Yeah. Peace. And you know what I'm saying. And
Hmm.
it also that's reciprocation. You know what I'm saying.
Yep. Yep.
So like I'm gonna go back to the single. I like being single because I'm looking, but I
Mhm.
ain't looking. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's
Yeah.
I am like you say healing,
Yeah.
and I am just I just don't want no bullshit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
And once you heal and you ready to get back out there, you gonna know. You gonna
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Because I think I'm coming up on that right here in my life. You know, like I
mhm,
know who I am and whose I am. I know things that I'm gonna tolerate and things that I'm not gonna tolerate. You know,
yeah.
you know, and just making just poor choices as well, poor decisions, trying to be a misfixer, you know. Oh,
Hmm.
but he all right, you know, all he got
Nah,
to do is this and you know
no.
and that, and at least I know. And then you even got your families. Speaking of pressures, you got your family asking, when you
Yeah,
gonna get married? Are you
yeah,
dating anybody? You still
yeah,
single? You
yeah,
know, and
yeah,
stuff like that, you know, and that can sometimes people can enter relationships simply because they don't want to be the single person in the room. And that was what my situation was the last time that I jumped in that relationship. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that anymore. Just to be able to say that I got somebody and I'm with somebody. You know, I'm dating
yeah.
myself. You
I
know,
ain't doing
I'm
that no more.
creating peace. I'm creating a space that is, you know, peaceful and that can't nobody interrupt, because
Yeah,
I don't want nobody coming in interrupting my peace. Same thing when I meet my man and I get him, I want to be, I want both of us to have a peace. I want him
yeah.
to have his own life, continue doing the things that he do, you know, have friends, and we trust and that loyalty,
Oh
those things,
yeah, that
you
that
know.
trust, that trust
Mhm.
is and loyalty is a key, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
especially when you're trying to be serious in a
Mhm.
relationship with that person and everything like that.
Mhm.
Um, trust and loyalty is the key, man.
Yep.
Because if it ain't trust, then you might as well just leave. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna tell you,
Yep.
because you can say, "Oh, that's okay. It's all right." You know what I'm saying? But it might happen
Mhm.
again.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I only want to say might. It's gonna happen again.
Uh-huh. And
You know.
those are the lessons that's the next thing up. You know,
Hmm.
what lessons should people learn before they even date again? And one of
Hmm.
those are what you just mentioned right there. You know, with those red flags that we
Hmm.
oftentimes ignore. And we also got to be aware, hyper aware of the green flags as well too.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
like, okay, well, she consistent, you know,
yeah,
and some people may not know how to accept that. Girls, you know, guys and girls as well. Like, damn, I ain't never experienced this. You know, shouted she, you know. But those are the green flags and red flags that some people, ignore.
yeah,
Even,
yeah.
yeah,
And and I want to piggyback off of that what you said. You know, they they want to I forgot my train of thought and everything. Um, but what you were saying though, Kante, say it again.
about just lessons that we, that people got to learn before they start dating.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
mhm,
Okay, so yeah, you got to learn the lessons before you
mhm,
start dating, and
mhm,
because if you don't learn the lessons, you just gonna go through it again and again. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
You gonna always attract the wrong person, and
Yep.
then you just gonna always be going through miserable times and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you just gotta start to like we said,
Learn patterns too, because people
yeah,
have patterns.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Learn the patterns and just know yourself.
That's the part.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's a lot of people don't know they self, because
Yeah.
I honestly didn't. I
Mhm.
was so trapped up in early relationships, having kids early,
Mhm.
childhood trauma just from, family
Mhm.
dynamic. I didn't know who I and I have learned so much about myself since in these last couple of years. I
Mhm.
mean, it's been amazing, and
Yeah.
also what you think about this too, people need to ask themselves, why did the relationship end? What part did you have in it? Sometimes you hear a lot of women, oh, it was he, but what part did you have in it? Guys too. Oh, she went, but what part did you have in that? What was your contribution, to that as
Mhm.
well? Also you mentioned too boundaries. What
Mhm.
boundaries didn't you keep, or what boundaries didn't they keep? What did
Yeah.
you learn about yourself? And also learn that love isn't always enough. What the song say? What's love do? Got
Well,
to do.
hey, Conte, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay, okay. Come on
Love,
now.
love is everything.
It's everything. Okay.
Yes, listen now. The love you talking
It's
about,
everything, but is it enough?
it is enough.
It is enough.
But
Okay.
you got to know what love is.
Okay. You
Love,
know what?
love,
There it is. Okay.
love, love,
Okay.
love, love is the skies, the moon
Mhm.
that you see, the grass
Mhm.
that you walk on when you walking barefoot to ground yourself to the earth.
Mhm.
Love,
Mhm.
love, love is when you look in the mirror and you see yourself and you brushing your
Yeah.
teeth or you trying to beautify yourself.
Mhm.
That's love. You love me on
Yeah.
yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Share babies.
Love is um when you have to go when you hurting and you take your own self to the hospital and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And in a relationship, love is two things. One
Okay.
one thing is it's a woman's love and it's a male's love.
Mm.
And both of them got to have that. They got to be able to communicate that love, simultaneously, is if I'm picking the right word. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
You know, okay, so if you saying love ain't everything, what you mean by that?
No, not that it's not everything. What I mean by that, to learn that love isn't, just enough for you to, not have the communication that you need. That's the part I was going at.
Oh,
Not have the respect that you need. Not
oh
have
yeah,
the
yeah.
trust. Not have the consistency. Not have the shared values. That's what I meant by
Mm-hmm.
love, isn't enough to allow for you to deal with the things that you're not getting in return. I mean, that you're not getting that communication, that trust,
Yeah,
respect. That's
yeah,
the part that I'm talking about. And you said something big about a woman's love and a man's love. But sometimes, if you didn't get that love, unfortunately, and it starts on at an early age, believe it or
yeah. I agree with you on that.
if you don't know how a man love or how a woman love, it's hard to recognize. And I didn't know how a man loved, because I didn't have the love and the connection, from my father.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you walk out here and you get into relationships early, and it's just like the first little guy that, put you in an apartment or buy you a pair of J's, oh, he loved me, and this is that and
Mm-hmm.
the other. But if you don't know what that true love is, that a woman gives and that a man gives, that's when
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you
that's
know. Mhm.
yeah, and then you also have to recognize that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Now I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
This is me. You
Mhm.
know, I'm gonna love. I'm gonna love,
Do.
love, love. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm gonna bring it to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mhm.
gonna I'm gonna do everything without losing myself now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I'm gonna give you the love, and then it ain't gonna be just intimacy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
That's a given. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the caring and the love to where you say, "Well, darn," like you said before. Well, darn, I ain't never experienced this type of love. You know what I'm saying? What's
Yeah.
going on? You
Yeah.
know?
And you
So,
get scared because some people can get scared too. That it's too
yeah,
true. And that was me. That was part of
yeah.
my trauma. When things get too good, I have ran because I was just so scared that something was gonna happen. Something goes go come and interrupt, this thing,
Well,
um,
yeah,
as well.
yeah. That's the truth right there. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? People get scared, man, and in
Yeah.
their scaredness,
Fear.
they damage their relationship with that person, and then they damage themselves. That's
Yeah.
called a unhealed person.
That,
That's what it
what you
is.
say? A unhealed person.
Unhealed person. They've been
And
carrying that
for
toxicness of
so
whatever
long.
they
Yep.
ain't let it go, and they
Yep.
don't know how to let it go, and then they
Yep.
don't want nobody to let you know what I'm saying to help them.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, they think they got it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
every relationship that they have has failed.
Yep.
You know,
This is
and
true.
then they blame it on the other person. But you the
It's
one
so
who
unhealing. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you
Your
don't
lack of
yeah.
willingness to heal.
You done been married about 5, 6 times, or you done been going with a person. You don't had about 50 boyfriends and stuff like that. And you still ain't
Mm-hmm.
found nobody. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be by yourself. You don't want to be single now because you don't went through 5 niggas and you know what I'm saying, or
Yep.
5 women, and you just you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but some it's I'm gonna say nowadays it ain't too different from when it comes to that between a male and a woman because
Mm.
these males and these women I think they done changed the roles. I'm
Oh, ho, ho.
just gonna say
Another
that.
show. We racking
That's
up the
another show.
shows. Come on now.
That's another show though. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
yeah, the roles have changed, people.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Uh-huh.
you got some feminine acting
Yeah,
fellas
that
out there.
think that they the prize. You gotta
They
wake up and
yeah,
tell them how good they look and they haircut, which gonna
exactly.
do it anyways.
And then
But they
you got
yeah.
some women out there that think that they
They
the
hard as rock. Yep.
yeah,
That they
you
the
know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yep.
They
This
think
is
they the
true.
man. You know
This
what I'm
is true.
saying?
But you
So
know what? Speaking of that,
mhm,
another show as well.
mhm,
I do feel that I have, and I hate to say it like this because I'm really tapping into my feminine,
mhm,
side and my feminine energy, but I did have to step into a masculine role. And I want to thread very carefully with how I say this is because that I had to raise my kids, by choice. I had
mhm,
to do things. I had to make sure that my car was good, the bills were paid. I had to be the one going out to find solutions and stuff like that and just be hyper independent because of the level the choice that I made to be a mom for one at an early age too. And I
mhm,
don't like it. I really
mhm,
don't. And I am really and it has a thing to do with control too. It's what
mhm,
I had to dissect when I learned myself. It's just like, okay, so why are you in this thing, where you feel like, and it was because I felt like I had to control the outcomes of things. Like, oh, he's not going to do this with me, or I'm not going to allow this to happen. But
mhm.
yeah, that's something I'm taking down some topics because that feminine and masculine energy, and presence that you bring in, that's something.
It
Um,
it really actually goes deeper than that too
oh,
on
okay.
that feminine energy and because males can have feminine and male energy and so can women.
You're right,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
it's you got to it's a what is it? It's a what a
But
boundary? Like it's a certain level. Like how do you?
When I talk about the feminine and male energy, it's not about like a nigga acting feminine or a woman acting male, you know what I'm saying, like a nigga or whatever.
Okay.
But
We
like you
do
just
share
said,
both of them.
yeah, like you said, you had to get that male energy, because that's what you had to take care of your kids, and you know what I'm saying. You had to bring them up by yourself. You know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can call that male energy, but
Mm-hmm.
I rather call it a strong ass woman.
Yeah. And
You know
doing
what I'm
what
saying?
you had to do. And
Doing
that's
what
what
you
I
had to
want
do.
to call it too. But I have and I don't want to be like that woman that, that is categorized as, yeah, she hot, she living in her masculine energy, like she just too hyper dependent, and she don't want a nigga to come in and do nothing or say nothing or this or that. And that's not it. It's just that I'm operating like this because I know that if I don't put up and if I don't show up, what the possibilities are,
Yeah,
losing your place to live, losing
yeah,
your house and your, stuff like that. That's the realm that I operate in, not necessarily when I'm in a relationship and I'm trying to just be the boss of a man and diminish his masculinity. But at the same time, I definitely want him to step up to the plate so that I won't have to, just,
yeah. Take care,
just
pretty much be a male, a
partner.
man,
Yeah.
a man, a good partner to help y'all to be successful in life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Yeah, that's another subject.
Yeah.
That's another topic. That's
All
another
right, let
topic.
get back on track because that is something though. That is
Yeah,
it's true, and I think I'm gonna sit down with myself because that is something that has just I do, you hear the people say, "Oh, I'm living in my soft era," and this is that and other. So that is the part of the healing process that I'm in
hmm,
right now. I want to tap into my feminine side more, where because here's how I am too. Like I'm used to driving myself around. When I
hmm.
get in somebody's car and I'm on the passenger side, that's the part that I want to be able to just be in my soft era too. But at the same time, I need to feel safe. I'm like, I'm up here, I'm
Be like,
watching everything. But because that's how it was with my last little relationship. But I'm not bringing that into it. But he just used to be driving all over the place, not paying attention. I couldn't just relax, which is
yeah,
that's what I wanted.
yeah, yeah,
And that's what brought us to our when we broke up. He got
yeah.
me into a bad accident. I could have
Wow.
been messed up. I fractured the airbag came out. I
Hmm.
fractured my what
Sternum.
you call this, my the wishbone thing right here. I can't think of
Yeah.
what you call it.
Is it sternum? I
Breastbone,
guess?
my
Okay. Okay.
breastbone,
Okay. Yeah. Your breastbone.
and that was dangerous. So that's another reason, too, that I'm just like, damn, I can't even sit on the passenger seat and trust my dude
Yeah.
to
The dude.
drive us
Yeah.
and do what we got.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I'm scared. Like pay attention what you got going. But then
Hmm.
too, I don't want to be the one that's just like, oh, stop, slow down. Wait a minute, it's coming up to this, or because it seems like there's a level of too much control. And he used to tell me, I got this, I know what I'm doing. But then too, look what you did.
Well,
You
see, the, listen, the misconception of a male role, you know what I'm saying, in a relationship, some of these niggas got it misconstrued, man. And I had to learn it, you know what I'm saying? I thought that, okay, well, I supposed to be in control of the whole relationship, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know. I always have been to the point to where be yourself. Do how you want to do it.
mm-hmm.
And, you know, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Just long as you know what I'm saying, me and you are straight at the end of the day. We still together at the end of the day, and we can talk about what's going on, what has went on in that particular day. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah,
like you said, you can go out with your friends or whatever. I don't care. I want you to have the freedom.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And
And
even go ahead.
yeah, and not be feeling I remember one time, man. I'm my ex. I ain't gonna say no name. She told me that she felt like she was shackled, and I'm
Mm,
like, why you say that? You know what I'm saying? I ain't shackling you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
mhm,
locked into this relationship. You know what I'm saying? You can free do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Long as you know respect, what we got here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying? But she said that, and I'm like, wow.
Mm,
You really think that I got you in shackles? You really think that I'm the
mhm,
person that's controlling your situation? And I'm
mhm.
not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to control nobody's situation. I'm
Yeah, or
I
even nobody. Yeah,
yeah, nobody. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I only can control myself.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And the way that I think and the way that I take information in for myself. I can't control you. I can't control nobody else. I can't, you know what I'm saying? So for her to say that,
I,
I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And I
But
think too, it's understanding how we are going to show up for one another. You
yeah.
know, and I've learned this is what I'm going to take into even my new relationships to just ask my mate too.
Hmm.
Like am I being the woman that you want and that you need in your life right now? Just check in.
Yeah, yeah. I think that that's good. I think
Mhm,
that that's
and
good.
vice versa for him. Are you being the man and
Hmm.
that I want and need in my life? Even roles when it come down to certain things, like because some men or women think that okay, the woman's supposed to do all the cooking, the cleaning, the folding, the clothes, the this, the that.
Mm.
The man
Mm-mm.
just supposed to go out and
Mm-mm.
bring the money in and this, but we need to understand roles too and what defines our relationship, what are our boundaries, how do we
Hmm.
want to, not going in it how you have did nothing else, because no two relationships are the same.
Same.
What
Yeah.
are we going to do?
Do
What are our
exactly.
roles going to be? How are we going to make each other happy?
Hmm.
And what we do, because me, I didn't got out the realm of cooking. I want me a man that know how to cook. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So I just want to sit back and let him just cook, and I take my time and do things too. But that's something that's a stigma. The woman's supposed to do all the cooking, the
Hmm.
grocery shopping, and all that. I would love to share those shared responsibilities, even down to me too, with some of the
Yeah.
things that a woman think that a man should do. But I think it is just understanding what are our roles going to be, how do we coexist with
Hmm.
each other and make one another happy,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
leads me to also, should people focus on healing before they enter a new relationship? We keep circling it back around to this because that is the common denominator and the thing
Yeah.
that is lack. And a lot of people think that they don't. And I think yes, because healing doesn't mean that you're perfect. Okay, because
Yeah.
it just means that you're no longer expecting someone else to fix your wounds and your in those areas and that trauma that they didn't create. And a lot of women bring those things on with men too, and men with women as well. Oh, my last relationship, he
Hmm.
did this, so you got trust issues. Or my last girl, she was hoish, different
Hmm.
things like that. A healthy relationship shouldn't become our therapy. We should be able to lean on
Hmm.
each other, but you shouldn't expect nobody to come in and fix your broken wounds. They should be able to help restore you, and
Hmm.
add to that, but it should become a partnership. And I mentioned that. What you got to add, with that, as far as the going in.
Well,
Yeah.
I consider myself a healer.
Oh,
So
okay.
so 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 um I don't want to get too deep about that because a lot of people they might think
And I'm a
otherwise.
healer too.
But
Yeah.
but I'm a healer, and you're a healer too.
Okay.
That's good.
Hmm.
But in that, a healer is gonna be able to heal you and themselves. You know what
because
I'm
they've
saying? In the
been healed,
process.
or
Yeah,
healing
yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But not necessarily that, you know what I'm saying, I could heal everybody I come in contact with. I mean, and healing is like I might be like, you might be like, hey, man, this is, I got a problem with my stomach and it's just too big or something like that, and I just need to get rid of it. And I be
Uh,
like, listen, don't worry about that. Don't talk about yourself like that.
exactly.
Because what you're doing is you are telling that to the universe or God or however y'all want to call it. I call it the universe.
Speaking it.
But
Mm-hmm.
that's what the universe is gonna give you.
Yeah.
You keep talking down to yourself all
Oh,
the
I ain't
time.
attractive. I got this big old stomach, or I'm
Yeah.
this. Or, yeah.
Anything you say against yourself to talk about yourself, even if you joking, it's
Mm,
bringing damage to you.
this is true.
You
This
know what I'm
is true.
saying? Even if
Mm,
somebody else, be, oh, Conte, you such and such, but it's a joke, it's a joke, man. Don't take that shit
yeah.
because really, they ain't your friend because they making a certain joke about you and
Mm,
laughing it off. You know what I'm saying?
what they call playing in your face.
Exactly, exactly. So I always tell everybody, man, that I feel like they, you know what I'm saying, talking bad about themselves, man. I be like, man, don't talk bad about yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you are, first of all, you you come from, I'm gonna put God in this. You come
Mm-hmm.
from God. You come from the
Mm-hmm.
universe. So
Yeah.
you
Just as
very important.
they made us. Mm-hmm.
Very
Mm-hmm.
important to this earth, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got a reason why they own this earth, man. We signed a
That's true.
contract. We signed a contract. I ain't gonna say. I'm just gonna say this. We signed a contract before we
Okay.
before we hit our mama's womb
Oh, yes.
to come down here
Our
on this
identity
earth.
was already, yes. Oh,
Yeah,
come
to
on now.
come here on this earth and
Mm-hmm.
experience what we are experiencing
Mm.
nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So everything. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to everything ain't trouble all the time. It's not no trouble all the time. It's what you think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's how you think. If you
Mhm.
think that that's some trouble, it's gonna be some trouble. If you
That's
think
true.
that that's trouble and it's gonna be finished in a minute, that's what's gonna
What
happen.
you manifesting and what you
Yeah,
hyper focused on. Mm.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Especially if it's negative. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Mhm. I
don't
agree.
dwell on no thing negative. If you got a
That's right.
negative thought or if you
Yeah.
around somebody negative, leave from that person. And
Yeah.
if you got a negative thought, counteract that with some positive thinking.
That's right. That's right. I do that even crossed over to work. I train new hires and they just like, I can't do it. I'm this. I said, well, I'm not gonna get the sales. So you already know that that is a possibility. Let's focus
Yeah,
on the positive.
yeah, yeah,
Let's show up and visualize ourselves being successful.
yeah.
In a
Don't talk yourself.
relationship. Don't talk
Yeah,
yourself out of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Before it happened, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
You
That's
know
true.
what I'm saying?
Well, how do we truly know that we're ready for love? And what I can say in this, and I think I'm there. I really am. I'm still with my space right now because I haven't lived, with a man. I've only lived with just a handful, probably just only three,
Mm-hmm.
just thinking of. But how do you know that you're truly ready for love? And I would say, when you want someone, not because you need them, but you want them. Not saying that, oh, I'm in love because I need him to come in and be that financial beacon, of
Mm-hmm.
hope, but because
Mm-hmm.
you want them to come in to share with you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I only I and this is just me. God is my source. That's who I need. I want me a man. I want a good man, but
Mhm.
I already know who is there to take care of me. And if me and him are equally yoked and we on the same page, then he knows the same thing too. He want a good woman, which is me.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I want a good man, which is him.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I just don't want to necessarily just need somebody. Like I want to need you, but I
Mhm.
want you, more when it comes to certain things. Yes, I need you to be here, and support and to be, that person. But there's, just a difference with that. Also when you're emotionally available. I
Mhm.
used to attract guys that, that I felt was emotionally unavailable. And during this healing time, I have discovered that I was emotionally unavailable too, because I
Mhm.
was self-centered, focused on, living into the trauma that was created. And so I wasn't able to be emotionally available. But we have to be emotionally available is when we're ready for love. Also, when we've made peace with our past, that is what healing does. That is what
Mhm.
being alone. When we're
Mhm.
also willing to be vulnerable without losing ourselves. I had a problem
Mhm.
with that, showing my vulnerability, and I think a
Mhm.
lot of men really, suffer in that area. And I did tremendously, because I'm not finna let this either. He got me,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was I would run before you fire me or before you quit me, honey. I'm gone before you hurt my feelings and stuff. And I think that I have, had a few good things that could have been, but because I didn't recognize love, I didn't know what a man's love was,
Mhm.
and I kind of ran because I hadn't had made peace with my past, and I wasn't
Mhm.
willing to be vulnerable. And also when happiness, isn't dependent on another person showing up. You got to be happy within yourself.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then you guys can
Mhm.
create happiness together. But just to get somebody and put that burden on them for them to just make you happy, 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 you should already have a level of happiness, to an extent where he's just adding to or she's just adding to. That's what's going
Mhm.
to allow you guys to just float, and just be.
Yeah.
But what you think, how do you know when what's your opinion on how you know when you truly ready for love?
Well, I know when I'm truly ready for love when I feel that I love myself enough.
Love yourself enough. Ooh.
Yeah, and when I love myself enough, I'm
Mm,
gonna attract the person that I am gonna love,
yeah.
and that's just it, man. You know,
Divine connection. I like it.
I'm not finna make nothing happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not finna
Force
force
it.
it or
Mm-mm.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm gonna do is be myself and
Yeah.
be the most respectful person and the most loving and caring person to to whoever I meet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh,
And if
that's
that
what's
person wanna, prolong the conversation with me,
up. Okay. Not prolong the conversation and hop
yeah,
on over here and
yeah,
see what's
yeah,
up.
yeah, that part. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
I I I I I got out of the chasing, they, because I
Mm.
don't have some women like, why you don't chase me?
Mm.
I don't chase. I don't
Well,
chase.
I wonder what did they mean about chasing? Because I want a man to pursue me. You
Well,
know what?
well, the pursuing and the chasing.
It's two different
Um,
things.
well, I'm gonna say it is two different things, but it's
Mm.
close. It's close to me. It's close in similarity,
Okay.
but
Okay.
but but I'm like I said, I'm finna give you now. If I feel like I feel everything, Conte, I really do. So if I
Okay.
feel like you wanting to holler at me and I feel like you know what I'm saying, the attraction is there, um and then we have a conversation and that clicks, hey, so be it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't finna. I'm through with going out and trying to find or chase. You know what I'm saying? As far as chasing, like I'm not finna. You ain't finna catch me running up on no woman and saying, I say, hey, how you doing, Miss Beautiful? You know what I'm saying? You looking good today. You know what I'm saying? Or
But
you
how
looking.
we know if that's just a compliment or if that's an interest?
Well, if I feel like you gonna be able to take what I say, yeah. Cause like I said, man, some of these women out here, they got a nice, respectable dude twisted. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? They want to be like you say pursued and stuff in a way that I ain't trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna
Hmm.
well listen, I'm just gonna what I'm gonna do is
Maybe I've been getting it all mixed up then because I want to know that you're interested, and I don't think that it's chasing because I'm like super single. So like I'm not I don't have no roster or nothing, but I do want to be pursued, and I guess and then I guess maybe I'm trying to understand what is the level of chasing. Like what is the meaning of chasing?
well, I'm not finna be trying to like
Force
okay,
yourself
say
on somebody.
yeah, exactly. I'm not
Okay.
finna I'm now if we have a good conversation, yeah, I'm gonna call and we're gonna conversate, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show my interest.
You
Show
gonna
my
show
interest.
your interest.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
that's
gonna
the
show
part.
my
So
interest.
you
I'm gonna show
okay.
my interest. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But if I don't feel like you gon' I just don't do I'm
If
not
you ain't
finna
picking up on it, then I'ma kind of go on and just back on down.
yeah. I mean, cause I
Another
don't
show. What are the signs that somebody is definitely into you? Because I think I really suffer in those areas. So I'm liking this. I'm picking up. I'm taking it down because how
yeah.
do you know? Like how does a man know that a woman is genuinely interested in him? Vice versa. How do a woman know that a man is genuinely interested in her? Because with me, I feel like everybody want to hit it and quit it, and I'm just not even with it. Even
Well,
though I know the sexual attraction is
yeah.
there, but they lead with that. When you don't, you go get that eventually. Only if you knew I want that just as bad as you do.
Well,
Okay.
see. Now you that's what I'm talking about right there.
Okay.
See, I said a lot, Kate.
I mean, little do you know,
Yeah, but
but
um,
whew,
yeah,
okay.
you got me tongue twisted. I'm trying to think about what to say. Um, say the question again one more time.
How do you know how does a woman know that a man is genuinely interested in her and not just interested in her sexually? And vice versa. How does a woman know that a man is genuinely interested in her and not just, sexually? Because we already know that an initial form of attraction is how you look and your appeal. We already know that a person is generally not going to walk up to somebody that they aren't really attracted to. And I know you mentioned that you would holler at the girl that that nobody really was
Yeah, talk to.
interested in or talking to. Doesn't mean that they weren't, attractive, or they may have had a little something, because all of our appearances, our bodies, all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff go fade,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
all that. But
Well,
how do
yeah.
you get to that point to where that
the-
somebody, you see something in them? That's what I struggle with, and I
well. Let me say this. How do I know? Is when the conversation gets good.
when the conversation, and you can just talk to them
and I
hours
and
and hours
yes, yes,
and hours.
it's good conversation.
And it's good
Like
conversation.
you
You
can
you you said something, conversation, because
yeah.
a lot of men too, and I have met had met a few, not been with
Mhm.
a few, but met a few, and that's just not what it is. The conversation is, oh, what's your favorite position? When the last time you had it?
No,
Oh,
no,
and I'm just
no,
like,
no,
what? But
no.
that's what it is conversating when they are genuinely getting and wanting to know you, is what I heard you say.
Listen, I want to know what 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 is your life is like. What do you
Mhm,
do to do rest? You know what I'm saying? I know,
mhm,
no, 9 times out of 10 you probably be working and stuff like that. So what do you do in your rest time?
mhm.
What type of movies do you look at? I,
Exactly.
I like to look at sci-fi. Do you like to look at sci-fi? You know what I'm saying? Or I like to
Mhm.
look at romance movies. Do you like to look at romance movies? You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
That's
Stuff
it.
like that.
And
And
getting to know you. Mhm.
yeah, get. I'll give a good conversation,
Mhm.
and if it goes well, then yeah, you know what I'm saying. If that's what you call pursuing, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that is it. That
Yeah,
is it. That is it. That is what I mean by pursuing. And
yeah,
exactly, just what you saying, conversating with me, getting to know, who I am, what my interest is, and not just, what's your
yeah,
favorite color, but
exactly.
like you
Yeah.
said, even down to things like me, I want to know what's the last thing? When the last time you cried? Like what made you cry? Stuff like that.
And you know what? Most guys wouldn't even tell you that.
See?
You
And
know what
and
I'm
I want
saying?
to be that connected with somebody. I want when I ask that question, and I am gonna ask it, I want him to be like, well, damn, she gotta be interested in me, because those are the things I want. Like, how do you handle conflict? I mean,
Yep.
yeah. What is your relationship like with your children? Okay.
Conte, you hitting the nail on the head.
Yeah, that's what I want. These are the
That's
that is
yeah.
the stuff that
Them.
I want to know. Not
Yeah.
what's your favorite baseball team. I want to know that stuff as well, but I want to know, what does happiness look like for you when it involves a partner.
Exactly. Exactly. See, you
Yeah,
all the
that's
time.
my interest. Them the questions
Yeah.
that I'm asking. And then
Yeah.
we'll get to the favorite food and the colors
All
and
the
all
other
that stuff a little
all
bit
the
later.
other
I
stuff.
want to
Let's
know. Let go straight to the meat and the potatoes.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm on the same page. I'm on the same page. And
Okay.
I agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? But that's when I say chasing
Okay.
and I'm not gonna chase, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Now if the conversation is good and we could, like maybe one or two calls and stuff and the conversation still be good and we just
Mhm.
conversating and like I can call you and hey, guess what happened, man? I'm tripped out.
Exactly.
You
And I'm
know?
just like, "Oh, what?" And
Yeah,
then I'm
exactly.
providing you with insight. "Oh, you know what? Well, here's what I can do. I know you said you just starting your business.
Hmm.
What approach do you want to make? I can help you kind of build out a little business plan or something, a rebranding. Those
Hmm.
are the things that I want, that I can bring to the table. When you bring and you sharing, your insight, or like you said, oh, guess what happened? I'm ready for those the
Hmm.
juicy conversation. I'm just like, what? How
Hmm.
was your day? Even when you come home and you talk about maybe somebody on your job that pissed you off or do something.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm.
I'm gonna be like, well, baby, you shouldn't, you gotta just do that a little bit different. It's okay. I understand.
Comfort a nigga. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
understand that it got you. But
Yeah.
honey, I'm gonna be rubbing your head, honey. Now you know
Yeah.
that we gotta do that. We gotta handle that a little bit different, babe.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. And being
And
able to tell a person, and just, not just be a yes, yes, yes person. Like, hell
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
no. Yeah.
See,
Mm-hmm.
that means that you ain't got your own mind. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? When you do that, But yeah,
I mess
man.
with this. Okay,
this.
look.
Oh,
Yeah, this one done went. This one done went. So yeah, let move on.
yeah,
This
yeah,
one is
yeah,
good. Okay, but we wrapping this thing up. But what
yeah.
are the can we talk about a few of the advantages? I think we have already really hit on these, some of the advantages that me and you both share of being single, and that is peace. It's our freedom.
Number
It's
one thing.
our time to our time to grow, better
Hmm.
decision making, even
Hmm.
financial independence, because you ain't got everybody all in your pocket, building your
Yeah,
confidence,
exactly.
learning to enjoy your own company. You the flex
Hmm.
when you can
Yeah,
be by yourself and you ain't just got to have another nigga or another woman just
yeah, and just be straight.
revolving. Yeah.
Just be straight and cool. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You ain't gotta
Mhm.
have no loud, everybody in your face and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
You know,
I agree with you.
it's a fun thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It can be addicting, tell you the
Yeah.
truth.
It's a
Um,
mindset.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's a mindset, and it's a true mindset to have. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
Um, when you have that kind of mindset, I believe you unstoppable.
Yeah. Oh, you are. You
Like this hat.
are.
Look
You
at this hat.
are. That's
Look,
it. There it
you
is
know what
there.
I'm saying?
Perfect. Perfect. You are.
but
You
but you
are. I mean, that is it. When you can be by yourself and you got your own mindset, that it allows you even go deeper to discover what you actually truly want in a partner. You know,
yeah,
and yeah, yeah,
and it'll be hard. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's hard these days for people like us, me and you, Conte,
Mhm.
because we have been through a lot, you know what I'm saying, and learned a lot.
Mhm.
So we approach things a lot
Different.
different
We
than
do.
other
It's
people
true.
do now. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
And like you said, not that we don't want nobody,
Yeah.
but we just done been through a lot and we done learned a lot.
And we
So
don't want the wrong person. We don't
hey,
want nobody. The most valuable thing that is going right here, and that I'm almost half a century, baby. The most valuable thing that I got, and the thing that you shouldn't play with is my time, because I don't have
yeah.
time to waste. Okay, my time is the
Oh
most
yeah.
valuable commodity. I mean, it's more valuable than any possession that I have right now.
Mm-hmm.
So don't
Mm-hmm.
come in here and waste it and just try to see that you can get in, because of your own ego.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
leave me alone. Leave me alone. Okay.
Oh, you talking about ego?
Yeah.
I don't deal with egos neither. It's no ego with Larry Odom around here.
Okay, gotcha.
Uh,
Not oh damn. Ain't
yeah,
nothing.
Larry Odom. There's no egos. I don't have an ego, and I
Okay.
don't want to tolerate an ego in a relationship because
Okay.
um you know you know what the ego is, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got to have this, and it got to be like that, and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Things change, people. Life changes.
People change, bodies change, faces
Yeah,
change.
people.
It's all gonna change. Like
Yeah,
my grandma say, keep on living and you'll see.
exactly. You gonna see. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but it does. But yeah, this was such a great conversation for us, for the singles out there.
Yes, for the
Just
singles.
bringing it. Hmm.
This for the singles. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, that single life, is it peace, is it pressure, or is it preparation? But some advice that I can give to someone that I'm actually giving to myself who is tired of waiting on the right person, because I was in a situation like that. Especially like I said, when I decided to just chill, about 3 years, 3.5 years ago. And this is valuable advice that I have given to myself, and I want to share it, with others. Is to don't spend so much time looking for the right one that you stop
Hmm.
becoming the person that you are supposed to
God,
become.
speak to them.
Okay. You need to
Speak
keep
to them.
on living. You need to keep on growing. You need to keep on laughing. You need to keep on loving. You need to keep on traveling. You need to keep on serving. You need to keep on
Hmm.
creating moments. Your life
Hmm.
shouldn't become or begin the day that somebody choose you.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, because it has, it already has been. You already done been chosen, and if love comes, let it just add to the beautiful life that you
Let
have
it
already
flow.
built for yourself.
Let it flow like the water flows in
That's
the river.
it. You know, not just go and have a person tell you that that we just go let it flow. No,
No,
let
you.
life just
Mm,
flow and become. You know, and
yep.
I just that's the advice that I have, you know, for a person. What you want to add to that? What advice do you give to somebody that is just tired of waiting on the right person, Larry? Because both of us are there. And I have been tired. And I ain't gonna lie, I gave up on dating just a tad bit. I was like, fuck it. You
Me
know.
too. Me too. Because
Mhm.
dating out here these days is crazy, man. You know, it's no conversation, and you know they it's just crazy. I'm not gonna tell
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I ditto you. I second you on all that you said.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
And be
Whoever
true to
true
yourself.
true to yourself.
Mhm.
If you toxic and you toxic and you don't want to do nothing about it,
Go
be
clean it
the
up, please,
yeah,
please.
just be the most toxicest person that you can be. You know what I'm saying?
Be great. Be great at it.
Be great at the toxicness. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to heal yourself, heal yourself.
Yeah,
But be yourself.
yeah. Be
You know,
yourself.
don't try to go out there to these clubs and be somebody else. You
Hmm.
know what I'm
And
saying?
on social media,
Yeah,
trying to mimic and be,
yeah,
because you know what? If you spend so much doggone time trying to be everybody else, who the hell gonna be you?
yeah, that part.
If I'm trying to be like Lisa, Maria, Sarah, Unsay, and all them,
Who
who
gonna
the
be
hell
Conte?
gonna be Conte?
Hey, yeah, who gonna be Conte Beautiful Horton?
Who?
Who?
Nobody but me.
Nobody but you.
And who gonna be the handsome Larry? Nobody but him, like you
N-
just said. You
Nobody can make them like me.
are. Okay, now
I'm the only one.
the only one,
Yeah,
uniquely and
y'all.
truly who you are. But
Yep.
just a little personal reflection that I wanted to add, guys. Thank you all for being here with us. You know, I think that one thing that I've realized in this is that, I've asked myself lately, do I really want a relationship, or do I just, simply miss companionship? Do I miss the support? Do I
Hold
miss
on. Hold
the
on.
affection? Uh-oh. And the partnership that comes along with being in a relationship. Those are two different questions. But for me, I don't just want to be in a relationship just to say that I'm in one. I want peace. I want emotional safety. I want
Mhm,
consistency. Not nobody to chase me, but I want consistency. I want
mhm,
somebody to add value to my life that I've already built. And I want to add value to their life that they've already built. Not someone who becomes my entire identity and vice versa. I've learned that, there's nothing wrong with wanting love, but there's also nothing wrong with, protecting your peace. And we have mentioned that peace has been the word of the day that you've worked so hard to create. We worked hard, Larry. You said it. You had to take a step aside, and identify those things, and I have too. And I mean, and it was some hard lessons, some dark days, and some crying days, and some moments that I was just like, what the hell, I'm ready to just throw it in. But this reflection is just an authentic, perception of how I think. And it just invites, our listeners and the people that's a part of this podcast who are here with us to just examine their own motives, without judgment,
mhm,
because girls can have motives, just like guys.
mhm,
And as we close, here tonight, tonight's conversation, reminds us that being single isn't a punishment. It's just being in a relationship, isn't just an automatic reward neither. Neither
mhm.
statuses defines your worth. And at one point I thought that it did, because I was just like, what the hell is wrong with me? Am I
Yeah.
not beautiful enough? Am I not cool enough? Am I not freaky enough? Like, and all those things is not it. Okay.
Nah.
Because I'm all that. Okay.
Yep.
All them.
Yep. You gotta
The
believe it.
relationships, should enhance our life, not complete it. Whether we're single by choice, by circumstance, or somewhere in between, just remember that, don't measure your life by who's standing beside you and our other people that are in a relationship. Measure it by who you are becoming. And you said it, authentically and truly who you are. Let's keep
Mm,
growing. Let's keep healing, guys. Let's keep loving on ourselves. Let's keep preparing for whatever that next chapter is, whenever it comes, because there's no set moment on when love is going to find us. And if
yeah,
love finds you, if love finds me when it does, let it meet the
yeah,
best version of who we are becoming, not
yeah,
the version that is still searching for validation.
yeah.
Okay? And that's it. That's the mic drop. That's what I got.
Mic drop,
Until
and we
next time, y'all continue to choose peace, embrace purpose, and live intentionally. Thank y'all so much. Larry, what you got to add to that? I'm done.
this is Westside Real,
This is Red Side
and
Reels.
this is your boy Dixie Trills and the beautiful Conte Horton. And thank y'all for watching. You
Thank
know what I'm
y'all.
saying? We I didn't have it going on Facebook, but it's on YouTube, y'all. So check out on Westside Real, Dixie Trills with a Z on YouTube. And we
Absolutely.
we are out of
We out
here.
of here. Thank y'all.
Peace out, y'all. Peace,
Peace
everybody.
out.